Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the November 22nd Impact Review. I am very sorry that it's late. I've had a lot of stuff going on. As I said before in my other videos, that I had a laptop blowout, having real problems trying to keep my apartment right now, and it's been very hectic. But I can say that I'm very sorry, but here's a review for you. Now, the opening of the show was a talk about Open Fight Night and Gut Check Challenge. I was actually very surprised to see that they bring out all the people from Gut Check. I was hoping that they would do it gradually, but doing it like this is not bad either. And when you had Wes Briscoe go up against Garrett Bischoff, I just started laughing. Honestly, I just started to laugh seeing the worst person on the roster going against someone who clearly has much better skills. You can say that both of them did a decent dance. Garrett didn't do as bad as he usually does. He doesn't. He doesn't. He didn't do as bad as he usually does. So I was actually quite surprised. It was Wes who won. And then Angle afterward putting over Wes was not bad. I was kind of hoping to show a little more stress between Garrett with everyone else, but they're showing him as still a good guy. Okay, no problem. If Garrett really is a part of Aces and Eight in some form of capacity, which he probably isn't, seeing him like this makes sense because Wes is Garrett's friend. Garrett is friends with Angle. It makes sense. Next, you got Al Snow with the rest of the Gut Check group, which I did enjoy I really did like it. Seeing Silver there, seeing everyone, Terrace, whatever. There's a lot of people there, and it was not bad. Showing them all going up against one another was actually very good, and I didn't mind it. Now, when you had the promo from Joey Ryan, I like Joey Ryan's promo, and the question here is, I didn't expect it. Morgan is not the biggest guy between them. Morgan's not the biggest guy between them. He's the biggest guy between them. You know what I mean. It was a pretty funny skit. And then calling out Chavo and basically saying before Chavo, we are going after the belts. You cannot separate us. Still goes with what I said earlier when we knew Matt Morgan was going to be working with Joey Ryan. I thought at that time maybe they could have something to do with the tag teams, or at least be together as a tag team until they can break off and do what they need to do. Ryan going to X Division, and then Morgan, who could still go after the TV title. I know people are saying, no, he should go after the world title. True. But the thing is, right now, Matt Morgan needs to be progressed up as a heel. And going after Samoa Joe would be a good idea. Now, Ryan against Chavo was a standard match. It wasn't bad. Having Morgan come out and totally choke slam him, and then Hernandez comes out afterward, lines up for next week or week after, Hernandez against Matt Morgan. Now, these two were tag teams at the time. They were partners. I don't know if they won the championship together. It's a possibility they did or didn't. It's not the point. Seeing Hernandez against him will actually be very good because we haven't seen these guys go after each other for quite a long time. And they were friends at one point. So I'll leave it at that. Sam Shaw against Al Silva. Nice to see Silva sticking to character that he had developed in OVW. You can say what you want. You can say, wasn't that great? It's okay. It's not the point of it being great or not if his character in OVW is not good. A lot of times, like with the WWE, what they do is someone who comes up, like before OVW switched from going from WWE to TNA, a lot of times they'll bring the guys in and not keep their gimmick. With Randy Orton, for instance, they kept that he was the son of Bob Orton, Cowboy Bob Orton, which was understandable. But when it came to John Cena, they took off the gimmick of the prototype and stuck him with a generic John Cena gimmick. Now, he managed to, like I said in my debate of the week, Light versus Dark, he did the Dr. Thugonomics. But you know what? The prototype gimmick when it was in OVW wasn't a bad gimmick. He could have kept it because it was still very close to who he was. For them to make him generic babyface when he first came in, and then making it Dr. Thugonomics wasn't really that necessary. But the point is that sometimes when you come from a developmental territory, you can keep the gimmick that you made, or you'll be given a new one, counting on how much you've been developed. It was very one-sided. Honestly, it was. Even though Sam Shaw won, and I'm saying the reason it's one-sided was because it's a good thing to do it old school. Let the heel get over more and let him see the win, and then you have the face prevail. Now, it would have been better if Silver had won this. That's how I feel. Even though Shaw looks like he's a more better character and competitor. But honestly, if you wanted to have a rivalry with these two, it would have been better if Shaw had not won. Or at least Silver had attacked him afterward. Now, I know that doesn't sound that great. It can be a little repetitive, but we're not talking about WWE. We're talking about TNA. TNA is a different type of beast right now. It is way better right now than WWE is. So I would have liked to see Silver win this and then beat him down so they could have had a rivalry on TNA. This would have gone into one, which it could have been good. But it's alright. Now, Austin Aries, you know what? I'm going to leave that for last. I'll leave it for last. The next one was, you got ODB and Young going into Hogan's office talking about they want to do the turkey suit match again. Now, I did manage to see in 2011. I didn't like it that much. I never saw it beforehand, the years before, but it was actually kind of boring. It's not like the gobbledygooker in WWE. It doesn't come close. But honestly, I didn't like it the first time, and I wasn't sure how they were going to structure it the second time. So it was allowed. But then when he said, oh, you know what? Watch out, because Aces and Eight is coming. I thought, and this is before I saw the reviews from everybody else, I thought, okay, someone's getting hurt. And I'm thinking about Eric Young, because they don't usually go after women. So I'm thinking, okay, this might be interesting. And then the backstage with Young and the ETs, Robbie T and E, I do not like that pair. I wish they would break apart. I'm dying for them to separate Robbie T and E. I'm dying for them to do it. But they haven't done it. And then you got Jessie, the other girl of the group, coming in and saying, I can do it. I'm going to make you suffer. So we got Young going against Robbie E and Jessie. And I'm thinking this is going to be a cluster. And I'm not going to like it. Something is just telling me that the only one that's going to work properly is going to be Young, and he's not going to do it that well anyway. But I left it at that. Aces and Eights got their promo, which was actually not bad. It wasn't too long. They put over Doc because I understand that, and I didn't see last week. Like I said, I wasn't able to. Doc managed to finally get in Aces and Eights, so they had to continue that, which they did the promo for Doc. Okay. Devon puts Doc over and then tells VP, we got our next victim and we got to pick out. So he goes and shoots at the dartboard, and they say, Happy Thanksgiving. The turkey did look a little undercooked, ladies and gentlemen. If it wasn't a fake turkey, it looked very undercooked. But you can say whatever you want about the promo. At least it led into the rest of the night. Okay about that. Now, you have the, oh yeah, Christian York. Christian York has become my favorite. I've not really seen much of his work, but I didn't need to. You can see he's well polished as an in-ring performer, and he is not bad on the mic. Maybe he might be a little, if you were going to say he's a little, like, what's the right word? Choppy? I didn't see it, but maybe some people saw maybe it was a little stuttery, but I did not see it. He is well polished in both as on the mic as in his in-ring work, because when he called out Hardy, that was a good damn match. It was. I was not bored with it, and they gave it plenty of time. Of course, Hardy had to win. They had the handshake afterward. No problem. But it shows that York was the one who shined here more than Hardy. Of course, Hardy got a rub. He doesn't really need one because, really, he's already the top. The one who got the more stronger rub was Christian York. Now, why would I say Hardy got a rub? You see, the problem here is that Hardy has gone up against everyone on the roster. You needed some variety. Sorry. If you do not have variety for your world champion to go after, it gets stale. Ergo what's going on with CM Punk. Ergo what happened with John Cena and Randy Orton. They've had no one new. And this was very good. I loved it. Now the next bit that we had was, I almost forgot, I'm sorry. At the end of Hardy's match with York, you have Robert Roode, and he demolishes York, and he demolishes Hardy. Now, I've seen what people said about Roode winning over Storm, which I can't agree. Storm deserved that match. That's coming in Final Resolution, and now he's not going to get it. Now it's going to be Robert Roode. But no matter if you liked it or not, it's not the point right now. It's already been done. It's done. You don't agree with it, or do you agree with it? I personally do not fully agree with it, because what happened with the last pay-per-view, I would have liked AJ Styles to win instead of either one of them. But them switching at the last minute, I know it doesn't really feel right, but you know what? Robert Roode's not that bad to go up against Hardy. He isn't. Because we know what it's like with Hardy with another face before Austin Aries turned heel. Well, unless you're going to have Storm go heel, it's better to have a heel against a face. So at the last minute they switched it. I'm not totally fond of it, but we're stuck with it. And let's see how well they can do. And with Robert Roode coming out, it actually makes sense why Hardy came out with the belt. He came out with both belts, the old and the newer one and the old one. It makes sense. So I'm not complaining too much about it. Now, when we had Tara versus, I forgot her name, I'm sorry, I'm botching her name. The new girl that came in from the last Gut Check. Now, she had a little Brooke Hogan action behind the scenes, which Brooke put her over. Tyrell? I guess, Tyrell, I guess that's her name. But the point is that the match was very bad between her and Tara. I didn't like it. Either because they didn't allow her to win, or that she still needs some practice. It just didn't feel good. Tara wins. It really didn't mean much, and I didn't like it. Now, okay. Here comes the thing that I saw with the British Fist was happy beyond recognition. Eric Young versus E versus Jesse. Robbie E and Jesse were crap. Let's be honest. The one who did the most work here was Eric Young. No matter how little work he did more work than them. Really. This is the truth. I didn't see that much in-ring work from them. I saw a lot of attitude from them both, but it was almost nothing. You finally got Jesse putting on the turkey suit. Fine, he walks away with Tara. He seems disgusted. Okay. And I'm thinking, oh, they're going to do something else here. This is just boring. Until Aces and 8 came out like I thought. And then this was nice. Which could lead up to something later. Not now. Because if they decide, which it looks like they are, they're releasing Eric Young, just like the British Fist said. If they're releasing him, he can always come back at any other time. Or he can come back after he does his Off the Hook Extreme Bass Fishing now. I finally saw the name of it when I checked his wiki. Seeing him get whacked in the ankle and then whacked at the ball of the foot was actually a nice touch. Now, if he really is finished for a while, it'll be alright. You can leave ODB out of it. And now you can strip ODB of the belt. Because the tag team belts have become very irrelevant. Now, either they're going to phase that out, which right now, from what I understand, the week before, they only had a Battle Royal of 5 women. 5 women was in the Battle Royal. They have no more knockouts. They don't. So you really need to do something about the tag team belt. You do. So either you're going to try and stick it on 2 women, or you're going to phase it out, which is the best thing to do. There's no point in it. Now, the next thing. Sorry if you see my face real close. Kaz, and oh, almost forgot. Jesse's music sucks. Don't like it. Kaz and Daniels come to the ring, and Kaz calls out AJ Styles. Okay, how can I say how bad this was? It wasn't the match that was bad. It wasn't the ending that was bad. It was the fact that they're still connecting AJ Styles and Daniels together. Look, this is not 2005, 6, or 7. This isn't a time when those two were doing great matches. People were not bored with them. Look, when I'm doing this, I want to cut them. I want to separate the cord between them for the simple fact we've had seen this for at least 6 or 7 years where they had to interact with one another. Even though Christopher Daniels left for a while because of injury, he came back. He was a face and he switched to heel. Christopher Daniels is a good heel. He is. He's the 3rd best heel there. Bully Ray's number 1 as in my humble opinion right now. You got Bobby Roode who's 2nd. But when it comes to Christopher Daniels, he's easily 3rd. But with this, I want to take him off being the 3rd best heel. Honestly, I am tired of this. If Final Resolution, look, we've already had an I Quit match with both of them. We had. I don't know if we had a last man standing match yet, but we need something to fully separate these two. Either you're going to have Daniels switch back to face, or you're going to have AJ switch to heel. You need to switch one of these guys so they don't face each other anymore. Let them be together. I don't care anymore. Let one of them switch from being good to bad or bad to good. It's the only way this is going to end. Because they keep showing the same thing over and over and over again. People are tired of it. We got more going on in TNA than WWE easily. But with this, it's like a blemish on them and they need to end it. So I hope they do. Now, we have the, okay, this is the last of the show. I'll say that Austin Aries did a nice promo throughout the night, 2 of them, saying he's going to be calling somebody out, part of the family. I knew it was going to be Hogan, but I didn't realize it was going to be Brooke until he said it. I said, oh damn, I didn't realize it was Brooke. And then when he talked about Bully Ray and her wanting to be known as Mrs. Brooke Ray, I know she said Mrs. Bully Ray, not her, him, sorry. It actually is a much better twist than what we're getting from WWE. Honestly, the AJ and John Cena thing sucks. But this is done in taste. Once Hulk Hogan comes down and it's Bully Ray who runs to the ring and gets him, well, at least tries to get him to mess with his woman, if this is his woman. It makes better sense than what we got in WWE. Honestly, it is. It is so much better than what we get in WWE. I'm actually intrigued to find out what's going to go on in the next couple of weeks leading up to Final Resolution. Are we going to have Austin Aries go up against Bully Ray now? Because this is a flip. Austin Aries was a face. Bully Ray was a very good heel. And he could still be. He's an in-betweener as far as I'm concerned. If you got Bully Ray going up against Austin Aries, it actually works. I know many people say, no. How's it going to work? Simple. Bully Ray is way all over as a heel. We have no problem with it. He's now over as a tweener. Or near face, very close to face. Having Austin Aries go up against Bully Ray is perfect sense because we really need Bully Ray to go up against somebody. We do. He's gone up against all the faces. Now that he's switched to a face, or betweener, as I believe, he's going to have to go up against heels now that he formerly was as a heel. It makes sense. He's partially gone up against Devon when he was a heel. He's going to go up against Austin Aries, either a Final Resolution or soon. The next person he's going to go up against, if things settle enough, is going to be Robert Roode. That's the next person I believe is going to go up against. Now, how do I rate this show? Solid B. I'm not too fond of what happened with, let's see, the Shaw and Silva match, I think could have been much better. The Terra match could have been much better. It could have been. The Kazarian and AJ Styles match was alright, but having to have Christopher Daniels still dealing with him brings it down a little bit for me. But it's way more than what I've been seeing on WWE. So I give this a solid B, baby. Oh yeah, I see a B in that future. So I hope you enjoyed the Zane's View. Subscribe and comment. I don't have enough time to do my SmackDown review. I'm sorry. I'll see if I can do Raw. From what I understand, SmackDown sucked anyway. I haven't seen it yet. But you know what? It's okay. I'm going to still be doing these reviews. I know the British Fist is thinking about it. And I know the Slug Daddy's still thinking about it. If he still wants to do it next to just doing Impact. And he's questioning what he wants to do now. I hope both these shows continue doing their reviews of the WWE. Because, look, I'm going to say this clearly. The product from the WWE that they're kicking out is such crap right now. But you know what? It could still be a turnaround for them. Let them know what it feels like, just like the Monday Night Wars. A huge fan base is now going to TNA. There is no question it's going to happen, and it has happened. Seeing how TNA, even though their shares are not even close to the WWE, is doing better, and I'll excuse last week's TNA, even though some of it was crap, from what I understand. There's going to be crap during most of these shows in TNA. They're going to do it. They're not perfect. But it's still 100 times better than what we get in WWE. And as I said in How to Fix the WWE is watching TNA. They're taking bits from them. And they're going to see their numbers continue to drop until they realize they need to change how they do the product. And then you're going to see the WWE turn around. Doesn't mean they're going to turn around 100%, but maybe 5 to 10%. And I'm not thinking great work. I say in the next 6 months, the WWE is going to turn their product around a little bit. Doesn't mean it's going to be a 100% turnaround, but at least it's going to be enough to get us back into some level of interest. So I'm hoping both the British Fist and the Off the Rope show at least realize, and I'm sure they do, that this is an up or down for the WWE as long as their boss, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, thinks I'm the best in the world. Act stupid. It's going to stay like that until he realizes, just like the Monday Night Wars, oh shit, they're kicking our ass. We need to change our product. We need to go from the golden age to the attitude era. And now they're in, oh shit, we're fucking up. I actually managed to mess up $100 million because I wanted to make sure the one that allows me to dig myself in with her legs spread open, it didn't work. I need to do something. Oh, I need to change from PG era to more edgy PG era to more of something. Maybe then he'll realize it. That if he can't do it, he's going to stick someone who can. I'm hoping that will happen. So, give me a subscribe, give me a love of a comment. Tell me if I make any sense and if my Vincent Kennedy McMahon voice sounds proper. Kiss my ass. You're fired.